headed up north. Doing something a little different here. I'm meeting my buddy Vinny. He lives out in Philly. He's making a drive over. He has a little property up north that he's never even seen. I've never seen it, but he thinks he wants to build a cabin on it. So I told him I would give him a hand, help him out, and obviously that would take a good bit, but should be a fun little project that we can get into. So this is essentially part one of a cabin series build that we're going to be doing. So stay tuned and we'll see you up there. All right, well, I made it to the property here. Looks pretty nice. Just waiting on Vinny to show up and we'll see what he thinks. All right, Vin, saw the property. What are you thinking?
Pretty flat, good amount of land. Got electric not far away here, so looks like a nice road we're coming in on.
Fire roaring. Campsite all set up. Probably gonna cook some food up here shortly. Tents all set up. We got some water boiling. We're gonna cook up some mac and cheese and get some deer steaks on the grill here. Up dinner, getting the dishes all done and everything put away, and probably gonna drink some beer and sit by the fire and relax for a little bit. I'm gonna start the stove before we get in bed, but we got a buddy heater, we got all kinds of stuff, so we're gonna be plenty warm tonight. Chilling by the fire now, drinking some beer, relaxing, probably gonna head into bed here shortly. It's a beautiful night, stars are out. Alright, I brought my thermometer with me again. Let's see what we got. 34. Take it in the tent and see how much warmer it is. Alright, split a ton of firewood. Should last us at least mostly through the night, and once it's out, we'll turn the buddy heater on. But got our setup. Looking good. We had the buddy heater going before we got in. 65 degrees in the tent, and that's over by the door. We are already warm. I got a feeling we're going to be sweating here shortly. All right, good morning, everyone. And I slept really good last night. Kept the fire going most of the time. That would almost go out and catch it, but I had to start it up one more time. But got it going now. Gonna get up, have some breakfast here, and get going.
Well, we made it past night one.
Made it past night one. On the road, gonna head to the river, do a little fishing. See how that goes. If we're catching nothing, maybe go to a few more spots, but we're gonna end up going to check out my camp, my fiance's camp, do a little shooting of the guns and go from there, get some lunch. right, we just cleared a spot over here. Be able to pull the truck and the car into instead of parking on the road. Looking pretty good though. Made a little path going over to the campsite and storing all the wood so we can burn it. We got a pretty good firewood stack here. Chainsaw, I was filling up with gas and I went to put the lid back on and the lid just broke in my hand. I can't even put the lid on to stop the gas from coming out. So finishing up with the little electric chainsaw, but we're looking pretty good. Got a good stockpile for a couple times we come up. All right, we finished up dinner, did some dishes, got the firewood going, got a fire blazing. We're all set. We're gonna take a little walk here before it gets too dark and explore a little bit behind the property, see what we're working with. All right, everyone, we are back at the campsite. Got the fire going. Went over to the bar, grab a quick beer, warm up a little bit. It's pretty cold tonight, so we're gonna make sure that the stove in there is going nice and strong. But go sit by the fire and relax for a little bit before we go to bed. Got the stove going. It's a little colder tonight, so hopefully we can keep it going all night. Catch you guys in the morning. All right, good morning, everyone. It was definitely a little colder last night. The stove would burn so hot and so quickly that we'd fall asleep and it would burn itself out before we could get wood on it, so I had to keep starting it. Eventually I just switched to the buddy heater though, which was pretty nice. But got a fire going, I'm gonna cook up some breakfast and enjoy this beautiful morning. Getting everything taken down. All right, we just sent the drone up. We got a couple shots. Want to take some pictures. Vinny wanted to kind of get an aerial view of what the property looks like. It's a little hard to see with all the trees, but at least we got some pictures. So Vinny's open to suggestions if you guys have anything, you know, kind of recommendations on building a cabin. He's in the idea stage right now, so any ideas will certainly help. We talked about, you know, putting a camp somewhere in here. Talked about, you know, some sort of driveway, some sort of shed over in the back. He's not really sure what he wants to do yet, so we're gonna kind of play it by ear and talk to some septic tank people, some well people, get the land surveyed, and do a couple other things before, you know, we really start moving this project along. So any ideas are more than welcome. But we got campsite all packed up, loaded the truck up. We got some wood drying for next time. So looking good, and it was a good trip and a good part one of what's going to end up being a long playlist of videos here, long series of cabin build videos. So we'll catch you guys next time.